Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 2. Today we are finishing up what's already finished, actually, the Southwest USA map on Jurassic Difficulty. I went ahead and finished the playthrough. As you will see, there was not all that much, excuse me, left to do, and I kind of felt like the hour-long playthrough pieces were getting a little mundane, so I figured I would finish the park up and then show you all what the 5-star layout looks like. So I apologize for there is basically essentially one piece, I would say one more part of the playthrough that is missing, but you will see there's not that much that you missed out on. So I'm gonna wait for a moment so that the little 5-star thing comes up.
When I first started working with the dinosaurs, I looked at them as assets, not animals. But after what I experienced at the park, I realized what was important. And that's why I'm here now. Because I see these animals for the miracles they are. And in you, I see their ally. Continue to be that, and you will accomplish amazing things.
So the completion time was just under 8 hours, which I'm pretty sure is well below par time, which is really nice. Once again, I'm pretty sure that beating it on par time doesn't actually do anything extra for you. I'm glad that the game automatically shows this, because as you can see, we've somehow dipped just below 5 stars since this was accomplished. So let me show you the park. So remember we started out here. All this is the same. This is the same. Here's some new stuff. We have a small enclosure with Troodon. We have a relatively large enclosure with several baryonyx. We have, I think we built the shell of this, but there was no dinosaurs in it. Now it has Megalosaurus in it. And I know I added in maybe one more Allosaurus. We have 3 over here. I think I put in a few more Deinonychus. And then I was running into a unique issue that I've never had before, where the game was telling me that the guests were overcrowded, even though that the shopping centers were not full. And I had the highest grade of pathing everywhere. So I guess that just means like you literally need more square footage of park, which is like I said, that's a factor I haven't run into before. But so you can see here I just extended the tour to include a new little section over here that's got medium amenities, large hotel, and just one enclosure in it with 2 Allosaurus. And I started putting in some compies, and once the compies showed up, I feel like that maybe got rid of the species penalty a little bit, and that was what boosted us over to 5 stars. So the compies actually haven't even finished being sent over here. There's more of them on their way. So let me show you what this park rating screen looks like really quick. So I believe it was I forget exactly, but it was either 2 million income, or it might have been like 2,010,000 income per minute or something. You can see that Megalosaurus is our top dinosaur. And let's see, we didn't reach the species target, not even close. We're actually only at half exactly. So we have quite a hefty species variety penalty, but we just have so many high appeal dinosaurs that it doesn't really matter. And we have very few that are out of view. There's an Allosaurus that's out of view right now, so that's really about it. Everything else, there's only a few small dinosaurs out of view. So we're well over the appeal goal. For guests, everything's at 100. See, like, my path capacity was lower than this before I put that new wing of the park in, so I wonder... I don't know, there's gotta be some sort of background calculation that calculates the square footage of pathing or something. Here's what this screen looks like, and I actually have a couple of amenities that aren't configured very well, and we're still at 5 stars, so... So yeah, they only... Since the last one, this whole section is new. I basically just made the path loop around. I added a few more dinosaurs. And then I know the Corythosaurus down here is new, but it fits in pretty happily with our Chasmosaurus and Nodosaurus. I remember I mentioned in the last episode, that having a second hatchery would be very helpful. And indeed it was, because once the dinosaurs start to die from old age, it's really hard to keep on top of things with just one hatchery, so... But yeah, this is my first park that really fully utilized this like park tour system as a means of transportation, and I actually think it worked out pretty well. I think it's the ideal way to do this map, was to use the transport as the park ride as like your transport system. I thought that went really well. One other thing that I wanted to mention that could be helpful is I believe there's a limit on the number of power stations you can build on this map. I feel like normally you can see the challenges somewhere, but once you get to 5 stars, I don't think they show the challenges anymore. But anyway, I'm pretty sure you were capped at 6 power sources. Because this area over here had the Allosaurus, I actually had a backup generator here to supply power to this wing of the park. But once I found out that I needed to build this area, I had to demolish that and build another small power station, because otherwise there just wouldn't have been enough power otherwise. So that's pretty much it. That's all of the parks that shipped with the initial game at Jurassic Difficulty on the channel. So I'm pretty happy about that. Our star dinosaurs are this pack of Megalosaurus here in this park. Remember too that in order to unlock the skins, you actually don't need to beat it on Jurassic Difficulty. So that's just kind of a... Jurassic really isn't that much harder than hard difficulty, though, to be honest. So, oop, we gotta...
Another objective is available, unlike me.
So, let's kind of, like, sum things up a bit.
You can measure our success by our head count, especially the ones that are still attached to the neck, huh? So let's strive for that.
We can watch the herbivores or something. Or I'll like move to different areas of the park while we chat. I'm curious what you all thought or think. There's parts of this Jurassic World Evolution 2 challenge mode that I liked quite a bit, but there's a lot of parts that I vastly preferred in the first game. And I would go as far as to say that overall I preferred the challenge mode in Jurassic World Evolution 1 compared to this version. That's part of the reason I haven't uploaded very much. I know some of the most popular videos on this channel are the speed builds, but initially I just did challenge mode guides and playthroughs, and I just had a lot of fun doing those, whereas challenge mode in this game felt way more cumbersome. And you know, maybe that's just me, but there's 3 things in particular that I really liked about the first game's challenge mode quite a bit more. Let's just, you know, for fun, let's change the scenery a little bit and come over here and look at... all of our carnivores over here. So the first thing was in Jurassic World Evolution 1, the way that breakouts work was different. Basically, depending on it was mostly carnivores. I think it might have been exclusively carnivores, unless you messed up the habitat for a herbivore. But their comfort level would drop when storms hit, and there were some carnivores that unless the storm was like strangely really short, they would always at least try to break out. And I just thought that was interesting. That made the strategy of which carnivores to pick more interesting. I thought that having breakouts was kind of like a stressful but fun thing. It made you feel like you were in Jurassic Park, that every now and then, even if you have the best security systems, that the dinosaurs would break out every now and then. Whereas in this game, the only time that I really had breakouts was if a storm destroyed a fence and the dinosaur just kind of meandered its way out. So I kind of missed that. I liked having more chaos, for lack of a better, less cliche word, in the playthroughs. Some people may like that it's way harder for the dinosaurs to break out, and I understand that to a point, but I liked having breakouts every now and then during storms. The next thing...
Job done, I'd say. Yeah, and I guess I have.
Thankfully, Cabot is still 10 out of 10, so we still have him. The next thing are and this is probably less of a controversial pick, but the way that the scientist system works. I don't mind that there's scientists. I know they put a lot of work into. They have these nice like profile pictures, and they all have like a creative background. But this system slows down your ability to do research significantly. I remember one of my favorite things about the first game is once you got to like 1 star and you survive your first storm and you unlock the dig yield upgrade, I actually felt like, okay, now I can actually power through this and make substantial progress, because you could send out multiple dig teams. You could have multiple... In this game, you can still have multiple research teams going on, which is fine, but in this game, you can only have, like, 1 dig team. There might be an upgrade really, really late in the tree that lets you have a second dig team. I don't even know, because I've never gotten that far. And that's another piece of it, too. The way that the research trees work, there's some things that you have to research that I don't think you should need to research, like the most basic viewing gallery you have to research, and like there's a couple of other things, like you can't research a piscivore feeder until you've actually released one into the park. Those are 2 kind of like nitpicky examples, but in general I just preferred how research and scientists' skills worked in the previous game. I guess technically in the last game there weren't actual scientists, they were just like research and dig teams. I like to provide some sort of solution rather than just griping. So my suggestion as an idea, not like, oh, this is a master fix or anything, but my suggestion would be you can keep all the scientists, keep all of the neat bios that they constructed for them, but like get rid of this unrest meter. Just give them like unlimited like rest points, and then have more of the random events happen that are related to the staffing team. Like, oh, unfair work conditions, what do you do? Or such and such scientist was injured on the job, what do you do? There's so many times, especially early in the game. Later on it's not as bad because you can hire more scientists. But early on in the game, when it's already kind of slow, there's so many times that you have to wait like 5 minutes for your 3 scientists to rest before you can do anything, and you're just kind of sitting there. And that's to me, that's like the number one thing that I think makes Jurassic World Evolution 2's challenge mode not as much fun as the first game. And I understand completely that they want the staff to feel like actual people and not just these robots, and I applaud that sentiment, and I think you can still maintain that in the game without having that rest meter. The other example, or the other solution, I suppose, would be to just make all of them have like 10 unrest bars instead of 5. Like the motivated worker trait that has like 10 unrest tasks, like just make that the default or something. Or maybe make it so that you can research something that gives all of your... I know there is technically one that increases it by 1, but that doesn't really fix the issue too well. Oh, we got a dead dinosaur. Carnotaurus from old age. So those are the 3 things that the scientists and the research are kind of like go hand in hand, and then the dinosaur breakouts is kind of its own unique thing that I feel like that might be more of a personal preference, whereas I think most people will probably agree that the way that the scientists work in this game is maybe a little too cumbersome, a little too slow. Everybody knows that, like, across the board, the dinosaur behavior is vastly more interesting and improved in this game, so, like, that's a huge bonus. So all that stuff, you know, it's mostly better, but the research stuff you interact with all the time, and it's really like what controls the playthrough to an extent, and that's the part that I kind of think isn't the best, or it'd be interesting to see if they have, you know, I don't know if y'all remember, but when Jurassic World Evolution 1 first launched, they either didn't have challenge mode, or if they did, it was very bare bones, and then they just kind of out of nowhere updated it, and that's when all the new skins became available. And that was where I spent a lot of my time. So we're having a storm blow in here, so put everything on lockdown. But that's pretty much it. I did want to finish off, so now I have on the channel all of the you know, the vanilla, if you will, challenge modes are complete. You don't unlock anything for completing the other challenge modes, and I've already kind of said that I generally don't find this challenge mode to be as fun, so I honestly don't have plans to do those unless they make more skins available or have some other update that makes challenge mode different. I suppose I should have went over this earlier, but each area basically has the basics. There's one hotel, one of each amenity. It's the same here. You can kind of see this area is how I've connected the power stations. That was kind of a neat challenge with this map. That's another thing too, is I actually quite liked the different maps and the different storms that you have to worry about across all the challenge mode maps. I thought that was pretty cool. Danger to vehicle. Does this look dangerous? But, let's see. You can see here too, I have a vet and a ranger station here, and a vet and a ranger station here, so I made sure to not go, whatchamacallit. I made sure to, oh, the compies are missing sand. I'm pretty sure that'll be a pretty easy fix. he just eat one? I hope not. They're not supposed to. What are you doing? Let's see. It would say in here if it killed anything, I think. Yeah, it says 0, so it must have got to go. So, that's about everything, really. I do hope that y'all enjoyed these. I know that my uploading's been really sporadic, and I kind of, like I said, I initially mainly did challenge mode videos, and I just haven't had as much interest in doing it on this game, and I kind of explained why. So, but I am happy to have finished all of the main maps on Jurassic Difficulty. So I hope that y'all enjoyed the playthrough, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.